AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land. What does patriotism mean to such a man? Listen.
When an American says he loves his country, he means not only that he loves the New England hills, the prairies glistening in the sun, or the wide rising plains, the mountains and the sea. He means that he loves an inner air, an inner light in which freedom lives, and in which a man can draw the breath of self-respect. And may I say to you that patriotism with us is love of the ideal of liberty of the mind in which this republic was born. Our patriotism is not fear of something, it is love of something, the love of America.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson. Vote for a real patriot. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land, concerned as you are with the problems of peace. Listen.
The people know what has been done, and now they want to know what will be done. The great unfinished business of our generation is peace in the world. Let no one tell you that there are any cheap and easy solutions to this problem. There is no substitute for the long, the complex, patient process of building strength and unity in the free world. Political strength, economic strength, moral strength, and may I add, the strength of a common faith that nations can be free and men can stand erect and unafraid.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson, a man able to lead us on the pathway to peace. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land. What does he believe about civil rights? Listen.
The phrase civil rights means a number of concrete things. It means the right to be treated equally before the law. It means the right to equal opportunity for education, employment, and decent living conditions. It means that none of these rights shall be denied because of race or color or creed. Human decency is the theme of our history and the spirit of our religion. And may I say to you that we must never cease trying to write its guarantees not just into our laws, but into the hearts and the minds of men.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson, a leader in the fight for our civil rights. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land, as eager as any of us to welcome change, if it's for the better. Listen.
Political crepe hangers are going around the country now explaining that our economic system is bankrupt. If they would close their mouths and open their eyes, they would learn that the people of this country are better off than they or any other people have ever been. That we are reshaping not only our nation, but the whole world. That our country is teeming, bustling with new ideas and new industries. We will always believe that it's time for a change, democratic change, time for a change to a better and a freer life.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson, for changes that move us forward, not back. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land. Where does he stand on the fight of the United Nations in Korea?
We have won another important victory over the past year. We have yielded neither to the hotheads who wanted to extend the war, nor to the weak-kneed who wanted to quit when the going was tough. The Republican leaders, impatient and torn by conflicting counsels, have wavered between recklessness and weakness. And may I point out that the victory over timidity on the one hand and recklessness on the other has won for us the respect and the support of the entire free world.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson, neither reckless nor afraid, a responsible world leader. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land. Ask him how to get good government, and he gives you this honest answer.
I believe most deeply that the roots of good government lie in clean, honest, efficient, local and state government. Some citizens worry about electing able, honest men to national office, but overlook dishonesty and incompetence in their own backyard. We want clean, efficient government in this country from the towns and the cities all the way up the ladder to Washington. And I don't need to tell you that the only way to get it is to vote for it on Election Day.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson, a man who believes good government, like charity, begins at home. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land. How does he view the farmer's place in America? Listen.
We of this generation, who saw farm conditions at their worst in 1932, have had the happy privilege of seeing them over the last decade at their best. I am proud of the work of the Democratic Party in these 20 years to restore the American farmer to a position of equality and dignity in our national life. A society can be no better than the men and the women who compose it. The heart of any farm policy must therefore be the life of those who work the farms.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson. For the farm policy that harvests better living, vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land. Is he concerned with the trail back or the road ahead? Listen.
The Republican theme song in this campaign is that it's time for a change. What kind of a change do you think they want? Well, they won't tell us, so we can only look at their records. Their batting average is one of almost complete opposition to every forward step America has taken. The truth is that they are frightened men, frightened by progress, frightened by the people. And they want to march backwards into a comfortable and safely Republican past that can't be dug up.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson, a man who's not afraid to look ahead and meet the challenge of tomorrow. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land. What does he think about corruption in office, and what does he do about it? Listen.
I want to say that corruption in public office is treason to Democrats as well as Republicans. Any crooks I ever find in government will be exposed and punished and quickly. And another thing, I think I know more about catching them than my opponent, because I have already done it. I followed 8 years of magnificent Republican rascality in Illinois. What's more, I've learned by actual experience how to use an axe for misconduct, and I've used it on my own partymen without fear or favor or hesitation.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson, a fearless foe of all corruption in office. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land. How will he face the knotty problems of labor management disputes? Listen.
What we need is a new labor relations law which will provide a fair, solid, durable pattern of free collective bargaining. But more important than any law is to build up mutual confidence between labor and management in the private processes they have worked out to solve their common problems. For if I can leave anything of certainty with you, it is that the greatest hope for industrial peace is not in laws, but in free agreements between free men.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson, who believes industrial peace can be secured for all Americans. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land. What does he believe is the scope of government? Listen.
I do not identify big government with good government. I think government should be as small in scope and as local in character as possible. I don't like doles, I don't like subsidies, I don't like any interference with free markets, free men, and free enterprise. But I also know that a hungry man is not free. There can be no real freedom without equality of opportunity and a fair chance for every individual to make the most of himself.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson, a great leader who knows the best government is the servant, not the master of the people. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson. AES, Adlai E. Stevenson, a new voice in the land. How does he feel that you, as a voter, can decide the big issue of our time? Listen.
The basic question you must answer with your ballot is, shall America continue to move ahead, with more and more Americans permitted to enjoy more and more of the blessings of our free society? Shall we continue with patient courage to meet the responsibilities to other weaker nations standing with us against tyranny? Or shall we turn back the clock and embrace in futility and fear the ghosts of reaction and isolation? That's your choice, and the hopes of all mankind rest upon your vote.
AES, Administrator, Economist, Statesman, Adlai E. Stevenson, a great leader for a greater America. Vote for Stevenson. Produced by Hollywood for Stevenson.